You tuned in to Bayou Channel Zero, coming at you live through your ear holes directly from underneath the floorboards of your grandma's dilapidated old house, where the ghouls get ghoulier and the cryptids get crippier. Stay tuned and hang out with us in the swamp-ass deep south of Louisiana. My name is Alec, and to my left...
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jairus. Thanks for coming to the show.
I'm just Justin.
Hi, I'm Gage, your local long circle expert.
I'm Nick, your local Ghostbuster.
I'm Lionel. I was the regional manager of Toys R Us back in 2009.
All right, well, that's our cast right there. We got Jairus, Justin, Gage, Nick, and Lionel, and we've been friends for like 20 plus years, and we always get into some weird shit. And with that being said, this whole project, this whole podcast is just more like a love child of all of us coming together to present you with the weird things that make Louisiana. It picks.
The daggers. Yeah.
The tip of the knife. tip of the spear.
So, with that being said, we actually have a very special episode planned out for the first episode. The big, hairy man dog child.
Who could that be?
Oh my god, it's the Rougarou.
Rouga-who?
Oh my gosh. No way.
The Rouga-who?
The Rouga, with all emphasis, Garou. The Rougarou. That is who we are talking about today. It is one of the most famous cryptids from Louisiana, if not in the entire country. Honestly, because a lot of different states have different variations of the Rougarou. Even if you look into it, a lot of states, I would say, go as far as to say that skinwalkers, wendigos, stuff like that is all the same category as the Rougarou. It's like a big gumbo of big, hairy, transforming people that just keep going out and taking animals, people, probably a catalytic converter. I have no idea. They're just taking all kinds of things that obviously don't belong to them. So, with that being said, any of y'all have any kind of stories about the Rougarou that y'all would like to share amongst the class of people listening?
The class of
The class of Rouga-who?
I got one thing.
Go ahead.
Or actually,
there.
a couple of things. So, I actually have a tattoo of the Rougarou on my arm. If you could see it on the video.
Look at that.
If you're just listening, it sucks to suck. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. We love you. And I am kin to somebody who actually has experience. I wouldn't say you didn't actually classify it as the Rougarou, but this dude will never listen to your ghost story. Will completely piss on ghosts, paranormal, anything to do with that. But you talk to this man about a big hairy creature in the swamp. Oh man, he will sit there and tell you stories all night long. And when I show him the tattoo here, he's like, "Man, that sure looks a lot like what I seen back in the day in that swamp back there." So, whether he's talking about a Bigfoot or a werewolf or a Rougarou, I really couldn't tell you.
Or somebody's drunk.
Or somebody's
Carl,
drunk Uncle Carl. That's
good lord.
creating in the dryer.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? That poor Uncle Carl. Uncle Carl. Uncle Carl. So
that poor dry is never gonna get fixed.
Yeah, that dry is never gonna get fixed. If you are missing a catalytic converter, go find somebody named Carl. He probably has it.
He probably scrapped it by now, but
do you have a story about the Rougarou?
Yeah, man. So we had a sitter. Obviously a sitter. She goes sits for the elderly and like while they in like hospice and stuff. And we called her the Rougarou because she just like does her thing at night. Like only at night she does like so she did like the night watch for my grandma and we called her the Rougarou and she like just making the Rougarou. That's like another phrase that we have. Just like night strolling. Yeah. Making the Rougarou.
Doing the Rougarou at night.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Did any of your parents ever just tell you if y'all don't tuck your toes in underneath the blanket,
dude.
the Rougarous?
That was the first thing.
that's what, like, still to this day, I do not poke my feet out of the footboards of the bed.
Dude, so Big Nuck, my dad, and I know he's going to be listening, but Big Nuck used to tell me that the Rougarou was going to come in at night if my toes were outside of the blanket, and the Rougarou was literally going to pull them out the socket, and I would have to walk on the pads of my feet for the rest of my life. He was like, boy, you better tuck in them toes. The Rougarou's going to come and take them. He's going to pull them right out the socket, I'm telling you.
That is a very specific way of how he's gonna pull your toes like straight out the socket. That's
Straight out the socket.
Like Big Nuck had experience with Rougarou pulling his toes straight out
Is
the
he
socket.
missing his toes?
No, he has all of his toes.
He got away
I'm
with
convinced that they may be prosthetics.
They probably are prosthetics.
He's just worried about his toes being too cold.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
Yeah,
it. He's just
exactly.
being a good dad.
Yeah,
You know, making
exactly.
sure your toes, all nice, warm,
The fatherhood
everything
thing.
like that. Yeah, exactly. The fatherhood thing. You know? So the thing about the Rougarou is that there's so many different variations, especially here in Louisiana. You have the traditional Rougarou, which we all know, to where it's a half wolf, half man kind of thing. To where every night for 101 days, some stories say, 101 days or 365 plus 1 day. So 366 days. For a whole year, you turn into a Rougarou unless you pass the curse to somebody else. Or the witch that cursed you ends up reversing the curse and then you turn back into a person. Or you end up getting killed.
Or just
There's that.
That's a
You
happy
know,
ending right
deceased.
there.
Yeah, you end up getting killed.
Could you not just kill the witch?
Maybe.
That sounds like a lot easier than trying
semantics.
unless there's a necromancer
Semantics.
somewhere and it brings everything back to life. So
Necromancer's just gonna bring him back to life.
They didn't put that in the rule.
He didn't roll.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
rolled a
that's-
natural 20.
He
Rolled
threw
the
the
one.
D20 back. Ah, it's a 1.
Look at him.
Rougarou. So this is the thing. How do y'all know about the Rougarou? Like your parents told them about them. Y'all learned
Parents.
about them in school. You know,
Parents,
stuff like that.
It's such a big thing around here that
Yeah.
it's impossible not to know the Rougarou and live in South Louisiana.
right.
So my earliest encounter with the Rougarou
Mhm.
is at the Audubon Zoo.
I had the
whole
Audubon
exhibit.
Zoo.
Listen, I know it's very cheesy, it's very whatever, but the story of the Rougarou,
Oh.
is pretty cool for me, and seeing the statue at the Audubon Zoo,
Yeah.
was pretty cool to see, even though it does like a crackhead logo with wings. But I mean, hey, look,
mean, as a
they tried,
kid-
they tried.
Yeah.
They
As
tried.
a kid,
They
that's
tried.
terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. So they hit their target audience, even though it looks like a medbabed that just came out of a plant.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
like a mystical swamp shaman of the pharmaceutical crystal. You know,
That's a good way to put it.
Kind of looks like your knock Uncle Carl.
yeah,
Yeah.
knock Uncle Carl talking to you about long circles with a shaman headdress
And how to
just
repair
going.
dryers.
Yeah, and on how to repair dryers with long circles. So the thing is, as we know, the Rougarou is the French version of the Rougarou. What got passed down whenever all of the Acadians ended up coming down to Louisiana. They brought the La Loup-Garou story, which is a French story about a man being transformed into a full wolf and literally unaliving
Unaliving.
Oh my.
livestock and unaliving people and unaliving themselves because of the lycanthropy. That's how we know it, you know. But whenever they carried it over here, it kind of mixed with some of the Haitian and Creole stories, because if you look at Haiti, Haiti has a Rougarou of their own. So their Rougarou is a spirit that goes inside the house, and it's a lot more violent than our Rougarou. It drains the children of their
That side of the
life
worst
sustenance.
part.
Yeah, drains the children of their blood, and you know, literally takes their lives. Like, it takes them away from their homes. and you never see the kids again. Typically, it comes during
Because they left their
hurricanes.
dang feet out the damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they would just learn how to sleep with a blanket.
Yeah.
Just
You know?
make sure that you put your toes underneath the blanket.
Yeah.
So typically people would see rougarous in the Haitian culture, from what I had read, is during major storms, hurricanes, stuff like that. That's how essentially they would explain to other kids what happened to the kids that perished, in the storm, instead of just saying, oh yeah, they couldn't swim and they just drowned, stuff like that. So there's also a story about a Rougarou type creature that comes from native tribes to Louisiana, like native to Louisiana, native tribes. And I believe it's the Opelousas tribe, the Chitimacha tribe, and the Atakapa tribe. May have just butchered that, and I apologize. But the third tribe that I named was a tribe that was going around and essentially taking all the land from the other tribes, going to war with all these tribes. And what they were essentially doing based off of those practices, they were consuming their enemies who fell in combat to essentially absorb their life essence and make them stronger warriors to continue taking more and more and more and more. Well, their story of the Rougarou is that tribe was driven out by the Opelousas and the Chitimacha tribe into the swamps. And once they did that, there was no more, like deer and stuff like that for the other tribe to eat. They couldn't fish, they couldn't hunt, so they were starving out there. Well, they went to their spiritual leaders and stuff like that, their shaman, and ended up cutting a deal with essentially the devil. And what reached out from the abyss of night was a Rougarou spirit that essentially turned all of those tribal warriors into wolf-like creatures that would go, and they continued the process of taking and taking and taking from everybody and consuming their enemies that, perished in war. So I don't know if y'all ever heard that, but
No, but it sounds a lot like it relates to the Skinwalker quite a bit, especially with Native American.
Dude, exactly. So that's the biggest thing. It correlates a lot with the whole Skinwalker thing, or at least what we know as the Wendigo Skinwalkers, so on and so forth, and what have you, whatever you call it. But even further on that, there is another story about how we know another variation of the Rougarou as the hibaru. So the hibaru is a variation of the Rougarou that is literally a half owl, half man. Just big chilling in a tree, spinning its head in 360 degrees, like eating people. And that goes back to another tribe. I believe it is the Chitimacha tribe. So the Chitimachas, there was a sect of witches that was outside of their tribe that they were cursed to turn into these essentially decaying half owl, half women that would sit in trees. And if people would pass by, they would literally swoop down and consume their hearts and consume their souls. So you would have an unalived person on the ground while this half owl zombie man bear pig in the tree, is just big chilling, full of hearts and souls, just absolutely, gross vaunt.
It's starting to sound like you're talking about everybody's freaking dad. Vaunt, Harry.
Yeah. So
One thing they don't do normally is sit in trees.
yeah. So gross vaunt sitting in the tree. The hibaru is just sitting in the tree, consuming hearts, consuming souls. And then every morning, whenever they would turn back into women, they would regurgitate all of that, but it wouldn't return. It wouldn't return to the people. The people would, unalived.
So they just got hearts and souls lying around all over the place.
Just everywhere. Hearts and souls.
Wow.
Everywhere. It's weird.
How the hell you see a soul?
Yeah, how do you see a soul?
I don't know. We're about to turn into a spiritual podcast, I guess.
Break out the Ouija board. Let's ask.
Yeah.
Nice axe.
So on tonight's episode, we're gonna break out the Ouija board so I could ask my grandmother, who has recently departed in the past 5 years, for the recipe to Kirby's po' boys. And I will end it with that, with the Ouija boards and paranormal things that we're doing on tonight's episode. So essentially what we know about the Rougarou, like I said, the basics. Half wolf, half man. There's a variation, the hibaru, that's half owl, half man. But did it ever cross your minds what if the French settlers that came here saw like a giraffe? You know? Like they just saw a
The hell is
giraffe.
this long neck thing?
Yeah, like they saw a giraffe while they were going through the swamps. Just so happened to have a giraffe in South Louisiana in the middle of the swamp. You know, like would they think that this giraffe that is going towards their house and eating the hay off the roof is a giraffe garou?
A giraffe garou?
A giraffe garou.
Because the Rougarou already in their mind, so they're gonna think of some, this is related to the Rougarou as a shapeshifter. Oh my god!
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Long neck and then
Just a long deer.
a long deer, a long deer,
Long deer.
A long
or a
horse.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Long neck horse.
I don't think they knew what dinosaurs was.
With all the different stories about the Rougarou, the different variations, the time frame that it was discovered, wouldn't y'all think that it's just they got it wrong? Thought it was a different thing. Dog with mange. They did a lot.
Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, they've done a lot of different things back then to change their mind state.
Well, the thing is, I've never seen a Dogwood Mange festival, but there is the Rougarou Festival this October 18th in Humble, Louisiana. If you would like to partake in the festivals, you are more than welcome to come. And you will more than likely run into all of us over there.
You're more than likely to run into a Rougarou too. So,
Yeah, not the
there's that.
Dogwood Mange Festival.
Not a
but-
dog with mange.
Literally
A
a festival
Rougarou.
for them. That's probably why they have such a big culture around here.
Well, the thing is, like, with the Rougarou, home is known to be a major hotspot for sightings of the Rougarou. Like, people see
It
the
feels at home
Rougarou.
there.
Yeah. And that's the biggest part. But, it feels more at home here because we have a lot more density whenever it comes to swamps and marshes and places for it to hide, whereas in New Orleans, where is it gonna hide at? Bourbon Street? Yeah, they might have about 50 Rougarous running around, or it's just like I said 3
People.
times before, somebody's drunk Uncle Carl.
Yes.
Have you been to the dungeon lately?
It's been years since I've been to the dungeon.
I mean, listen, they could hide there.
It
It's
could.
very much at
You're
home
not
there.
wrong. Yeah, I mean, the Rougarou could be one of the dungeon's go-go dances that they have every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Now coming to the go-go cage, Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. I get the name of a Rougarou freaking cinnamon.
Yeah, Cinnamon. It's
What
just
this one
like,
smells like?
it's just like literally a Rougarou in a rhinestone like bikini and go-go boots. Just going to town.
I give her a 20.
I'd spend all my money on that.
My Lord.
I'd spend all my money on that one.
Yeah, like bringing a razor.
Smelling like
Oh,
Virginia
God.
Slims. And Bad Decisions.
Virginia Slims, alimony, and bad decisions.
Oh my goodness. All right. So the thing is, there's also other variations of the Rougarou specifically from here. It's not only like a half wolf, half man, because that's the biggest difference between La Loup Garou and the Rougarou. The Rougarou is half man, half wolf. The La Loup Garou is full wolf. Like, you're not bipedal. You are a quadruped going, like just going to town, running,
How's it go, Alec?
It's
You
got
are
suckers.
welcome. That's some ASMR for everybody.
It's got suckers like an octopus.
I've never heard an animal walk like that.
Have you ever heard of an animal walking in the swamp? That's it, literally squishing the ground.
I've walked in the swamp and I've never made that noise.
At what speed?
It's just heavier.
Yeah. So the thing is, a few more variations of the Rougarou is just, like I said, specifically from here. Somebody has an account saying that the Rougarou could shapeshift into any form, which further throws it into the skinwalker category. You know, so it could turn into a chicken, it could turn into a rabbit, it could turn into an alligator, you know, a nutria. Which, if you don't know what a nutria is, it looks like a giant rat with orange teeth.
Looks just like a beaver. If you
Yes.
want to think about it like that.
Imagine the Bucky's beaver, but with big orange teeth and like very
Cracked out, spazzed out.
cracked out. Absolutely. Amped up. Like you took a 12-volt battery to bucket a beaver and made his teeth orange.
Crackheads seem like they're very strong inspiration for our podcast.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They are a modern cryptid. They only come out at night. They take things from you. That sounds like a cryptid to me.
Have you
You
seen
know?
them on the side of the road? This is a very own animal.
When you look on the side of the road, you know if it's a crackhead or just a random person walking.
That's the funniest part, dude. There is a variation of the Rougarou to where it's a person wearing all white walking on the Grand Bois. Walking on the Grand Bois, that if you pick that Rougarou up, it's going to take your soul.
We could do a whole episode. Wow.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's just a lot lizard.
And that's the thing. Like,
It's just a lot lizard.
Some of them lot lizards do take your soul.
we gonna eventually talk about the Grand Bois. It's the Burglar Rose Highway if you're not from here. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's the Burglar Rose Highway.
Very eerie stuff.
Yeah.
In there.
It literally connects the Bahia to Homa, the nearest city to us that is, you know, remotely close to New Orleans. So, anyways, the story about like a person dressed in all white walking up and down the Grand Bois is one that's kind of weird to me because that person isn't some 8-foot tall, big, hairy, half wolf, half man with red glowing eyes. It's just a regular person wearing all white that just steals your soul. You
Is
know?
it like the woman in
The
white,
evolution.
or it's
Pretty
separate from the
much.
woman in white?
So it's similar to the woman in white. But see, the biggest difference is in a lot of the Rougarou stories, the Rougarou literally does a trade with you. You traded your soul, it takes your body. So you take Ed's body, it takes yours, but it takes your soul too.
Hence the transferring
you.
from people to people.
Yes, transferring from people to people.
Mm.
So another thing is there's different ways to stop a Rougarou. Do any of y'all know of ways to stop a Rougarou?
If it's anything like a werewolf, like Silver Bullet.
I have heard stories of 13 objects. I'm not sure if that's applicable, but 13 objects.
Putting 13 objects outside of your home, any entrances, windows, doors, stuff like that, anywheres that the Rougarou could enter.
Supposedly it could only count to 12. And then it just stops.
If it's chasing you, you throw 13 pennies on the ground. It goes, oh, I can't chase you no more. I gotta count these pennies.
Apparently. So that's a big reoccurring thing with a lot of monsters and cryptids and stuff like that. They have literally some of the lowest IQs that I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. Like we build up this creature, like this huge mythical creature that
Yes.
spanned the test of time. However, you put 13 pennies outside your front door,
Yeah,
you done stumped it.
Exactly.
Like,
Stump.
crazy.
It
You
will
gotta
done.
literally-
It's finished. It's
You gotta
screwed. It's
nerf
done.
this thing somehow.
Yeah. Because if you don't nerf it, like with vampires and garlic,
Right.
it's something that everybody has. You come to Louisiana, everything has garlic in it. Why would we
Literally.
have vampires?
Exactly.
Which, by the way, in a later episode, we will be talking about vampires. Anyway.
Which, I mean, if we bringing that up, if 13 pennies at your door stops a Rougarou, and asking for permission to come in your house and just saying no stops a vampire.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
Right.
if Okay, all right. So telling a vampire no that it can't come in stops it. If we didn't have that, what would we have? They would just be coming in everybody's houses, just coming all over the place, just sucking everybody's blood, sucking everybody's blood. Families would be murdered.
They'll be
Sounds like
coming all
Bourbon
over the
Street.
place.
Coming all over the place to everybody's houses.
Sounds a lot like Bourbon Street.
That's where they stay.
Yeah. Exactly, but a rougarou will literally stop and count over and over and over and over again until daylight, whenever the sun comes up and it turns back into a man. And that was a typical trap for rougarous, because the people who put the trap there, more than likely, if I was a person from the 1800s, early 1900s, and I knew that some 9-foot tall, big, hairy creature was chasing after me, trying to steal my soul, and all I had to do was throw 13 pennies outside, I would literally stay up all night just to watch this and just be as amused as humanly possible.
Yes.
Because, like, the size of its hand must be about that big. So, could you imagine it trying to, like, reach down and just grab one single penny to count it? You
So
know?
you throw these 13 pennies, and like, how does it see the 13 pennies?
I don't know.
It's like a force field that
It's
the number 13 generates in front of anything.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's like it's running full sprint at you. You just chunk 13 pennies, and it's
It's
like,
just pulling the
stops.
e-brake. You know, it just Tokyo drifts, cuts it at 45, and just starts.
Hold up, that was
Yeah.
some pennies. On the
Bing,
floor.
bing,
Count
bing,
them.
bing, bing, bing.
Or does it have to literally count everything it sees? Like if you have 13 cars in your driveway.
It will literally.
I gotta
have to
count
stand
all
there and
these
count
cars.
Every one of them.
Oh God!
That's
What's that next number?
That's a lot of things.
That's
right
a lot
here.
of
Let me
things
count
right
them.
here. I need to
Exactly.
count it.
What if
Like,
you goof and it's
Yeah.
12 and it counts to the 12? It just like chunks it back and
Then it's
does
gonna
its-
come
does
over
its
there
thing.
and steal your soul. It's gonna be all like soul.
You get your
Sounded a
drunk
lot like
Uncle
walking
Carl.
through the swamp.
So
You get your drunk Uncle Carl to put 13 objects outside your door. However,
Yeah.
he's drunk, he miscounts, he puts 12, you screwed.
He puts 12 washing machines outside instead of
well, your drunk Uncle Carl is the Rougarou, so he can't
Yeah.
count to begin
Yeah,
with. So
that's
he'll
true.
just be stuck in your little thing where you put all your coins, just going to 12 every
That's
time.
why he can't fix the
every
drawer.
time, dude.
That's why he can't fix the drawer.
He can't do it.
Yeah, he
man.
needs a 13
'Cause he's stuck
millimeter
counting.
socket, and he's like going
He's
to
stuck
12.
down.
Oh man.
Can you imagine walking outside and seeing your drunk Uncle Carl and a Rougarou counting washing machines?
Counting
I'm getting 12. What are you getting?
May, all right, partner. I see that we got some objects right here. I only can count to 12, dude. Where you at? Where you at on this?
Mr. Robert. I'm
Mr.
at,
Count to 12.
May partner. I don't know where
I'm
we're
at
going with this.
Partner, I'm at 11 right now. I need 2 more.
I don't know where we're going with this.
But yeah, no, so that's one of the biggest things is that if you throw 13 of one certain object outside of your house or place it outside of your house, the Rougarou will literally stand there and count every single object 12 times because it can't get to 13 at daylight. You catch the Rougarou and 9 times out of 10, they killed him.
So
Right
it's-
off the jump.
So it's either
They killed
you get mauled by a Rougarou or you keep 13, which it has some whatever spiritual thing on you. Time. Be way out.
Yeah. I don't know. Because that's the thing. I mean, carrying 13 pennies in my pocket seems like the most reasonable thing. You know?
Pretty lightweight.
Pretty convenient.
But it's an
Shameless.
inconvenience.
Shameless plug, 13 Pennies Productions. I'll repeat that, 13 Pennies Productions. Thank you.
Can you imagine though? Before you leave your house, you do the 3-pack. Phone, keys, wallet. 13 pennies. You can't leave the house without it.
Yeah,
Leave
you
the
have
house
to do
without
the
it, might not
quad
come
pack.
back.
Exactly.
People are gonna start making like a holster for 13.
Yeah, just to home at somebody.
That's what the little pocket is for
draw
on the
13
jeans.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought that it was for my pocket knife this entire time. But,
No,
okay.
13
It's
pennies.
for
No,
13
you've been doing
pennies,
it
that makes
wrong
sense.
your whole life.
Damn.
Turn in your jeans.
Oh,
Turn
man.
in your jeans.
I have to turn in my jeans and go buy khakis.
Yep.
You are now a paper pusher.
Oof. Oof. All right. So with that being said, there is more accounts of the Rougarou will literally stalk you. Like every single night, it'll stalk you over and over and over again until you make that decision to either offer your soul to it and allow it to come back to our plane of reality, or you kill it. Well, the thing is, if you kill it, they curse transfers straight to you over and over and over again, and it just keeps going, zigzagging from person to person.
But it never.
It never ends.
It's a song that never ends.
It just goes on and on, my friend.
It sounds like It's a Small World from freaking Disney.
Yeah, I know,
Don't
right?
get me started.
I can jump out that window right now if I gotta hear that song.
I take.
So,
I think that's the truth.
so there's also other influences here in Louisiana, like the Irish influence, the Italian influence, the Spanish influences, stuff like that. And one story that stuck out to me was the Italian influence was about this boy who was born on Christmas. Boy. So the boy that was born on Christmas, he ended up being cursed to turn into a wolf every day. Every single day till Christmas Eve.
Poor
And then
fella.
He would turn back into a man or turn back into a boy. Well, that boy ended up growing up in a village that was protective of him, put out all the right, precautionary things to be able to keep him safe as well as everybody else safe. Well, that boy ended up growing up into a man, and he
As expected.
yeah, as expected.
I don't even think that picked it up.
So, as expected, the boy grew up into a man, and being that it was all the precautions that everybody took, he was safe. Well, he ended up getting married, and he told his wife, and his wife put out precautions and stuff like that just to keep her safe whenever he transformed into a wolf. So, one night on Christmas Eve, he turned into a wolf, and he told her, beforehand, he told her, don't open the door till I knock 3 times. If I knock once, don't open the door. If I knock twice, don't open the door. If I knock 3 times, open the door. Well, somehow, some way, she got complacent over the years and opened the door before he even knocked, and he literally went into the house and just absolutely destroyed this woman. Destroyed her. It looked like a can of paint just imploded in that house.
Looked like she got thrown into a wood chipper.
Exactly. Straight into a wood chipper. Like, dude, it was bad. And that's where the story ends. Like, there's no more after that. And then you start looking at it, and the Irish and French influence on it is what we know. The whole Lent thing, because the Irish Catholicism, the French Catholicism coming over here. If you don't follow Lent for 10 years, consecutively, you're going to turn into a half man, half wolf hybrid and just be an absolute menace to society.
Well, I'm turning into one tomorrow then.
Oh, great. I'm putting 13 things outside of my house. No, thank you.
I'll start making the holsters.
Start making the holsters. We taking Justin out.
Yep.
So the
Just
thing
put
is,
13 things around them. It's like in a circle.
in a circle.
We probably have enough beer in the fridge. Just put 13
13
Miller High Lives outside.
13 cans of beer in the front.
Yeah.
I'm an evolution of a Rougarou. I can count to 14.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
So are you going to drink the 13 Miller High Lifes at the front door? Because if that's the case, then
Good
I'm
luck.
going to have to worry about you in the first
I'm
place.
kind of like Santa Claus. You leave me 13 things to either eat or drink. I'm probably going to drink them.
And then you're gonna find them passed
You're going to
out.
find them
Even
passed
if
out on the
it's
front
edible,
doorstep.
drink it.
You're gonna find them
And they
passed
can be
out
from-
in the dryer with your drunk Uncle Carl.
And they can be from counting. They can be from getting either drunk or got diabetes from cooking.
So the thing is, like, with all the influence that the Rougarou has predominantly on South Louisiana, where we all grew up at, that has played a big part, big enough for it to allow the city of Houma to have a statue cut out of the Rougarou that literally looks like this. I know that you probably can't see it on the camera, but literally zoom in if you can. It's the Rougarou in a suit with a top hat and a cane. And it's just there on the other side of Main Street. So you pass it coming into Houma and you pass it coming out of Houma. And like I said, every year, this year it's going to be on October 18th. We'll be there, and I know a lot of other people's going to be there, but they do have the Rougarou lookalike contest.
my gosh.
So which one are we submitting?
Gage.
Which one are we submitting? The male pattern baldness, the idiot Rougarou, or the Rougarou wannabe?
Yeah, I know,
Well,
right?
well, we have 3 chances to win, so we
Yes,
just throw 'em all
Exactly.
in.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't know how good you guys are on stilts, but I think we all lacking in the height department when it comes on that.
Well,
You know, none
we,
of us are
we
8
had
feet
an
tall.
encounter with a Rougarou.
We did?
Yeah. We shot a whole skit of it.
Oh, yeah. We
did.
shot a whole skit on
Yeah,
it.
he almost ran us over with the lawnmower.
He was trying to
Yeah.
cut his grass, poor thing.
Yeah.
And we just had to be in his
The
yard.
dead of night.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
And
Exactly.
two
Rougarous
goons,
do
two
come
goon
Rougarou.
investigators
Hence the Rougarou.
go to his house and almost get ran over.
Almost got ran
Goes in their
over.
camera.
Ran over.
We even dropped the camera. We were so scared.
I don't think. Have y'all ever found that camera again?
I
No,
have
I'm not
no,
going
I
back.
don't think so.
Been lost.
Oh, y'all
That
haven't.
haven't
camera
gone
has
back
been
there.
gone.
I'm not going
God.
back.
When we saw it, we just, just complete loss.
I couldn't count my 13
Brain
things.
power that the camera even existed, and we just ran. I'm surprised we're not still running, to be honest.
It was still running to this
We're
day.
still
Like,
To
far,
this day, we are still running.
yeah, like Forrest Gump, I just felt like running.
They would have kept on running. I'm not running more than I have to.
No, especially whenever you wear slides on some grass.
Hey! Don't hate on
I mean,
the
come on, man.
slides. Professional of running in slides.
Professional slides.
Good lord. Yeah, I actually reviewed the footage and dude, that was something. That was definitely a Rougarou on a lawnmower if I've ever seen one. In the 28 years that I've been on this planet. That was 100% a Rougarou. So you heard it here first on Bayou Channel 0 that we have actual footage of the Rougarou driving a lawnmower trying to take people out. Prove me wrong.
Cut to the footage.
Cut to the
Cut to the
footage right now.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Never
Yeah, if you
seen.
look to the screen behind me.
Dude couldn't even turn on his lawnmower. It was pretty fun.
Oh, dude. I'm surprised he worked with us so well.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's I mean guys, that's the Rougarou. Just this absolute
Legend.
yeah, this absolute legend of a man wolf dog man bear pig hybrid that carries around a mystical swamp boudin.
Mystical swamp
Just-
boudin.
He's a grown puppy monkey baby.
Yeah, grown puppy monkey baby. I think he went to Best Stop, maybe Billy's, but not a sponsor. Go to Bourgeois Meat Market. It is sensational.
They got the
I can
best
second
long
that.
circles ever.
The longest circles.
The
longest
longest
circles.
Put them long
The best
circles on your
circles.
grill. Hook
Exactly.
that up.
If you are a fan of geometry, and you are a fan of long circles, go to Bourgeois Meat Market. They have sensational long rectangles and long circles.
We gotta have a whole episode on long circles.
Cannot recommend these long circles more.
Absolutely.
What do you
It
guys
will
think
change
a
your
long
life.
circle is?
Yeah. What do
Comment down below.
Tell us what you think a long circle is.
Well, I'll tell you if you're wrong or not.
Yeah.
As the pioneer of long circles.
As
The
the
long
founder,
circle concept.
as
I
the
won't tell
founder
you.
of long circles, we will tell you what a long circle is.
I won't
if
tell
you're
you
right.
anything. I'll just let you think about it for a while.
Just let that marinate in your little brain juices.
So, do you guys want to talk about what we have
Long
planned? No. What we have planned, like going forward, being that this is the first episode to get people
Yeah, so we
interested in
could-
thinking
We
about
could definitely get into
long
how
circles.
we plan on
What's
drawing this season out.
Yeah.
I mean, we should label it a season. I'm sure we are.
Yeah,
I
this
guess
is going to
we-
be the first season.
First season. This is the first big episode, and the big episodes with all 6 of us is gonna be into one big coherent story at the end and have a big finale. Woo.
Woo, big finale. May or may not get fireworks. Who knows?
And
Depending
we
on
were
what the
setting off
budget is.
inside the
Depending on the time of year.
100% getting pyrotechnics.
Yes.
Mural.
Yeah, follow us on
We're gonna
the.
blow some shit up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
inside this studio.
No.
Did y'all sign the JSA before we started recording?
JSA never.
No, we didn't. We
We
didn't.
pencil whipped one. It's all good.
Yeah.
Osha's not here.
Yeah.
But we're probably gonna have like 12 big bads, and then leading up to the big bad. But we're gonna have like smaller episodes in between, just so we could cover basically all of Louisiana at some point.
And we'll try our best with the research that we have and the literature that we have going into this, the years that all of us have heard these stories, read these stories, seen things that honestly some of us can't even explain what it is, you know. And we have plans going forward to do not only cryptids, but true crime, just weird things that happen in Louisiana, weird things that make Louisiana its own mystical,
So unique.
yeah, mystical, unique, eccentric swamp boudin gumbo thing. You know, like
As if people all over the world didn't think Louisiana was weird enough. We're just gonna add to it.
We're gonna add to it.
100%.
We're
gonna
going to
tell you why
confirm.
people think
We're going to
weird.
confirm those
this,
theories.
This whole podcast is to prove that, you know, we are single-handedly the Bayou's best.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
We may be weird, but we're not all idiots.
Yeah, we're actually certified Bayou weirdos. So there's that, you know.
Yeah.
Local legends, local cryptids, just weird guys that everybody love.
Yeah, we
So-
also live next to a cryptid.
Yeah, so small story before we end it is
Fucking lives off of photosynthesis.
my my neighbor, God bless that man, my neighbor, and the things that he puts up with. He, ever since I moved in, he has not acknowledged me. I've been doing the neighborly thing, offering food, offering help, you know, things like that, because he is elderly. And maybe he's just not a friendly person. I don't know. But me being me.
There's only so much you could do for a plant.
Yeah. Me,
I mean,
me being me and being the person that I am, decided that this man is half plant, half person. And he does
Your
not
own
eat.
plant Rougarou.
Yeah, my own neighbor
The
plant.
plant.
The plant
neighborhood
Garou.
Plant Garou. Yeah. So it's not at night that he turns into a plant. It's during the day because plants photosynthesize. So he just sits outside all day in his consons, which conson is the word of the day. The French word of the day is
You said the magic word of the day!
the French word of the day is conson, which is someone's undergarments, their underwear, their fruit,
Croissant.
the
fruit
console.
au delums.
Preferably a meals.
Yes, preferably a male's because, and I'm not gonna say it because that's gonna be the French word for another day. The feminine version of a console. Anyways. So he sits outside in his console all day, soaking up the sun, and I...
Not croissant, it's
Yeah, not
croissant.
Console.
Croissant.
Can I eat your croissant? Oh, croissant. Ah. Oh, Jimmy's mom. I like my llamas. Llamas. I got my console. Oh, Jimmy's mom, I got my console on. Ah.
So, anyways, this man sits outside all day in his console, just soaking up the sun, photosynthesizing as a plant Garou would. You know, because I've never seen groceries or food or anything go into his house or come
Only
out of
soil
his
and
house.
sun.
Just, you know, plant things. So I'm convinced that my neighbor is a cryptid. And he's probably a phenomenal person. He may be deaf. I have no idea, you know, and maybe he
You
didn't
may
hear
be
me.
a plant.
Well, plants
Yeah,
can't
he-
hear, so.
Plants don't have ears.
Plants are
Plants
there.
don't have ears.
That is true. So, anyways, this is Bayou Channel Zero, and we want to tell y'all thank y'all for sitting through the entire first episode. And we would love to have y'all back for the second, third, 7,556th episode if you want. You know,
If we make it that long,
yeah,
that'd be a good life.
absolutely, 100%. So from
And
all,
we'll have fun making it.
yeah, from all of us, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.